It's morning at NTV. Stephen Imbido Mfefeswe. I'm coming to you from Kyambogo University just because education managers, students, civil society organizations, and many people who are concerned with inclusive education, and mainly persons with disability. This is the first ever East Africa Conference on Inclusive Disability Education, especially in higher institutions of learning. It's a conference happening here, was here yesterday, but I'm here just to understand what should people know about inclusive education. What are they doing? What should universities, ministries of education across East Africa do to make sure that yes, there is inclusivity in education? And this is what is happening here. It's of course bringing along people from various countries and various institutions of learning. Let me begin with someone here who is having a disability to do with hearing. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
What's your name?
The name is called Wabia Hudson, the Guilty Minister for Disability Affairs of Kyambogo University, and a student with a hearing disability, hearing impairment, characterized by difficulty in differentiating sound. A student in year 3, pursuing a bachelor's degree in accounting and finance.
When someone sees me interviewing you, may not know that you are having a hearing disability. How has education been for you, learning been hard for you, accessing education with other fellow students?
One of the things is that the major challenge we face as students with disabilities is that this disability is not physical. You can't look and you just tell that a person has it. So it's where there is a point of the need for awareness. So the first step is that we have to make ourselves, the community to be aware of us, the society where we be, like at the university setting, I need us meet the challenges I have. One of them come that I have to be teaching myself. I need reasonable accommodations in class. I need to make sure that the lecturers are aware of the diverse challenges which I face while in class. So one of the things I do is to approach these lecturers. One of them is that the courses we are doing, some of us are mainly calculations. And if me as a deaf student, a hearing impaired student, one of the things I make is that I teach myself. And this one is mainly calculus, which means that I have to strain a lot to understand, because I will be using only eyes, that is only visual. You'll find that I need a lot to concentrate and strain a lot. And in the end, you'll find that it becomes hard for us to score good grades because of disabilities. But we don't give up, we make sure that we put a lot of concentration in this.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I will spare Dr. Patrick. I will come to you later after speaking to these others here. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
What's your name?
My name is Okwi Simon Peter. Yes, I'm a student here in Kyambogo pursuing a master's in disability studies and inclusive development. Yeah.
What do we need to do, especially for the parents who look at persons with disability, the children, and say, okay, I've educated you up to P4, P7, Senior 4, Senior 6. You don't need to go to university or any other institutions of learning. What should the parents do to make sure that, yes, they take their children to school who have disabilities?
Yeah, according to the UNCRPD and even our Disability Act 2020 for persons with disability, awareness begins at the family level. So creating that awareness at the family level, especially with caregivers, but also parents of persons with disabilities, is very key, because then it helps them support their children who have special needs to go to schools and be able to pursue education just like any other person.
Because of your status,
yes,
have you encountered any challenges inside Kyambogo University here because of your...
So I'm a person with albinism, and I would say I've not encountered many challenges, because Kyambogo University has inclusive policies that take care of my educational needs, right from the management, the senate, even the lecturers, and even my fellow learners actually supporting me in pursuing my education.
Thank you. Name again?
My name is Simon Peter Okwi.
Simon Peter Okwi, thank you so much. I'll speak to the lady here. then move to the convener. Just a moment. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's your name?
My name is Claire Kello, a student at Chambogo University pursuing a bachelor's degree in Arts with Education, specializing in music as my teaching subject.
Okay, Kello, what is your impairment?
I am a person living with a visual impairment. I am living with a visual impairment and mostly known as legally blind, so I use braille and assistive devices to attain most of my information. Yes.
Okay, any challenges found?
Well, there are not very many challenges as far as Chambogo University has been concerned, because most of our disability policies are so inclusive towards making sure that we access education. Yes, except just a few individual cases where there is little access to information, such as handouts and pamphlets from lecture rooms. So, yeah.
Thank you so much, Kelly. Let me speak to the convener, and it will be the last one. The convener, Dr. Patrick Ojok. You are the dean here at the faculty, but also the convener. Why this conference, and what is the takeaways?
Most universities are committing illegalities, like turning away students with disabilities under the excuse that they do not have specialized staff and facilities to provide for their needs. But that is wrong. 2, we are midway of the Sustainable Development Goals, and by 2030 we shall be taking stock and see where are we in terms of inclusive higher education. And then 3, most of the emphasis on disability inclusion has been tailored to primary and secondary. One level, which is higher education, is being forgotten. And the problem with that is that persons with disabilities cannot get any decent jobs with only a primary education paper. So the focus, the crux of this conference is to refocus attention to access to and completion of higher education by all persons with disabilities, without using disability as an excuse for discriminating persons with disabilities from accessing universities. So what we expect from this conference is, 1, all universities must embrace disability inclusion as a matter of obligation. It is not goodwill. It is not an option. 2, university leaders need to come up with initiatives of their own to ways of accommodating students with disabilities. This could be come up with, for example, every university on the minimum must have a disability policy which articulates how the university responds to the unique needs of staff and students with disabilities. 2, they should come up with a disability resource center, a central point where services for staff and students with disabilities across campus is coordinated from. And then 3, consciousness towards disability. Most of the discrimination that universities commit against students and staff with disabilities is based on little knowledge and misunderstanding of what is disability and not knowing their obligation. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Patrick Ojok. He's the Dean of Faculty of Special Needs and Rehabilitation, Chambogo University. Just in 30 seconds, because we're going back.
So we are gathered here from across Africa, and East Africa is here. Over 15 universities are here. Vice chancellors, deans of faculties, practitioners and donors who support inclusive education are gathered here for 2 days. And yesterday, the occasion was graced by the Minister of State for Higher Education, who represented the First Lady and Ministry of Education and Sports.
Thank you so much, Dr. Patrick Ojok. This is the convener of this East Africa Conference on Disability Inclusive Higher Education, but he is also the Dean of Faculty of Special Needs and Rehabilitation here at Chambogo University. Let me hand you back to studios for more conversations here on Morning at NTV.